Welcome back to Shut Up and Dribble. I'm Martell Watts, and I'm here with my boy Khalil, and we're about to get back at it. What's the deal, my
Hey,
boy?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Doing pretty good, man. My season just ended. Real hurtful thing, No more football for
Yeah.
me, so I'm a little sad about it. A little sad. Psych, nigga, fucking season. I'm done, bro. All right, man. We got a real.
See, about to hear this and get mad as hell.
Oh man. All right, we got like a real simple schedule for this episode. I'm about to go over all these games, or not most of them. Go over the good ones. So Monday, November. We're recording this when November 7th. So
November 7th,
yeah,
2021.
as of Monday, November 1st, the most interesting game that I saw that I actually watched was the Wizards and Hawks. It was Trey versus Bradley Beal. The Hawks ended up winning that game by 7. Next game,
Yeah.
fuck, we don't got all time. We're gonna keep pushing through these. I ain't watched
Wait,
no
wait.
game again. I could watch a Laker game. I was at practice.
On
So
Tuesday, I'll
yeah,
watch Laker game.
what happened to Laker
So
game?
Laker game, it was actually a pretty good game because the game was close. LeBron, AD, and Westbrook played really well in that game. Had a lot of fun highlights. The lob from Davis to LeBron, and then they kept coming back. And then I forgot why they came back. I think his defense started slipping. Frank Vogel had some bad rotations, and so they slowly came back. Jalen Green hit this crazy three. He had like two back-to-back threes.
Yeah, I
He
saw
hit
that.
one crazy three over Davis, and then the game was like close again. And then we had Lakers hit some free throws, and then Monk got fouled. He missed the free throw, and so they're up by two. And then Kevin Porter Jr. had a really good shot to beat the Lakers, but they survived. So it was a fun game though.
Yeah, I
It was
saw that.
stressful as a Laker
I
fan,
think
but fun. Fun, really fun game.
I think it was the Jalen Green shot that I saw on Instagram. Was it a deep one? Was it like from deep
It
deep?
it was like deep, but not like too deep. But it was like
Yeah,
right over Davis.
yeah. I think I saw it on
It was
Instagram.
like to bring him down too. And then
Yeah,
I did see the Heat and Mavs game, and the Heat just dominated defensively.
yeah, yeah. He
Tyler
been on something
Hero
else.
was really good.
Did
Yeah,
you see that stat that like 4 players had was in 20 points?
yeah,
I think
yeah.
it was Hero, Bam, Jimmy, and Kyle Lowry. I think.
Yeah, the Heat are really good.
Yeah,
And they're kind of fun to watch. Still not gonna lie, especially like Tyler Hero, where he's been playing really better. People call him a Bubble Warrior,
Bubble Warrior.
Bubble Guppy.
Man, but Wednesday, the most exciting game for me was the Grizzlies and Nuggets. Ja
Yeah,
and Jokic were battling, going back and forth. And the thing that I
yeah.
took from that game, that Ja is for real, man. He's leading his team to victory, so Ja will keep pushing, man. Shout out to the Grizzlies.
No, he's really good. He's really good. He's really like elevated his game to almost
Yeah.
superstar status. So
Yeah. And then Thursday, is when the pain starts. Thunder versus Lakers. I didn't get a chance to watch that game either.
I watched it.
Yeah, I'm glad I
So
ain't
that
watching it.
game, what happened was Lakers were up by 19, and Westbrook actually people blame Westbrook for the loss, which it was because he missed a three, and then he turned the ball over. But he played good about the whole game. Him and AD dominated the whole game, and Melo. But it was the role players that didn't step up, and then Frank Vogel's terrible rotations. Like in the fourth quarter, when they're up by like 9 and they had the momentum, he took AD, he took Westbrook and Melo out, and he put a lineup of Rondo, Reeves, Bazemore, Bradley, and Dwight. It was so bad. And I was so mad. I knew we were gonna lose. And I was supposed to do that lineup. I was like, yeah, this game is over. And then
Yeah.
Lakers lost. And they lost to it. And then Shea hit like a deep three. And then Westbrook had a bad defensive reading, which led to Dort getting easy dunk. And then they just didn't execute. So it was really disappointing.
Yeah, I heard a lot about that game. I didn't get to watch it, but I read some of a lot of stuff on Twitter. I read some stuff from some like analysts and stuff, and they said the Lakers. It looked like the Lakers. I wouldn't say gave up, but it looked like Vogel kind of sold the
His
game.
rotation was bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we'll get to Vogel's rotation and the Lakers as a whole in a bit.
yeah. We'll get that. We'll get to that
We'll
in a
get
minute.
there. Yeah.
No. All right. The game we coming up on is Thursday. Thursday, that game was a lot of blowouts. A lot of blowouts. I think it was a lot. I don't know the exact number. I know for sure it was a lot because I saw someone on Twitter about it.
I
But
just know the Nets and Pistons were close, which I seen really
yeah,
like that.
yeah. So the
Really
main
like
game I
that.
want to talk about though that was surprising to me was the Kings and Hornets. LaMelo got their shit smacked. They got dirty balls.
Oh yeah. I remember seeing that too.
Yeah, it was
They got
140 to
blown out.
110. Yeah, they got smacked.
That actually surprised me because
Yeah,
140 from the Kings, especially
exactly.
because the Hornets were really hot. Now they're kind of cooling down, and then lose to Clippers right now. Matter of fact, so
And
it's
then
really
while
it's
we,
really the Kings got a good team. I think they just gotta like continue to grow. I
yeah,
think they should low key make a playoff push, but they
yeah.
just gotta continue to play better. They can
I
continue to
think
play like this. They
The
can make a
Kings,
push.
I think they'll probably lock in like a play-in spot. I don't think they'll
Yeah,
be in that top six, but I think they'll lock in. But then
yeah.
we had last night, Nuggets Rockets was a close one. Heat Jazz was close. Nuggets took that game the first one. I said the Heat took that one. Mavs Celtics, the Mavs took that by 3. Suns beat the Hawks by 4. And then the Lakers and the Blazers, man.
Yeah. So we'll get to that game later
Yeah,
or
we'll
in a
get into
bit
that.
because we're gonna talk about that. But I think that to me the game that interests me a lot though is the Heat being the Jazz because the Jazz like Don had like 37, and the Jazz have been just steamrolling against everybody. So I feel like it
Yeah.
really just shows how legit that the Heat can be. Like it could be a really good team because it's early. So it's like
Mhm.
you can only say so much about a team playing early because by the end of the season, players can be hurt or just get worse. But I think it just shows that the Heat will be contending this year. I think they can really do some damage later on in the postseason.
Yeah, they could. They got a solid little run. All right, so before we get into the Lakers drama, I'm gonna go over the conferences. Starting off in the Eastern Conference, the worst seed, the 15 seed Pistons 1-8, Magic 3-8, the Pacers 4-7, Celtics 4-6, Hawks 4-6, Bucks 4-6, and now we in the little playing range. So the Bucks are the last playing team 4-6, Hornets five and
Wait,
five.
we gotta talk about the Bucks though too. That's really
Yeah,
surprising because
the
four and
Hornets,
six for the champs.
yeah,
Man,
back to back champ. Not looking so back to back no more. I had a little bit of confidence in them, but never mind. So yeah, we got the Raptors at 6-5 with the 8 seed. The Knicks at 6-4 with the 7 seed. The Cavs with the 6 seed at 7-4. The Bulls with the 5th seed at 6-3. The Wizards 7-3 with the 4th seed. The Nets with the 3rd seed 7-3. The Heat with the 2nd seed 7-2, and then the Sixers with the 1 seed at 8-2.
that's surprising. You know Ben Simmons. That
Yeah,
means you should trade him at that
yeah.
point. And you 8-2 without that man. You don't need. And they're beating good teams too, like the Bulls and stuff. So that means you really don't need him.
But then again, it's like, yeah, it's like we don't need him, but like who gonna take it? That's the problem, though.
Right, and because he hasn't played in like forever,
Yeah,
he's not ready. So whatever that's about.
yeah. So starting at the bottom of the Western Conference, 15 seeded Rockets at 1-9, the 14 seeded Pelicans at 1-9, the 13 seeded Spurs at 3-7, the 12 seeded Thunder at 3-6, the 11 seeded Timberwolves at 3-5, the 10th seeded Lakers at 5-5, the 9th seeded Clippers at 4-4, the 8th seeded Trailblazers at 5-5, 7th seeded Kings at 5-5, 6th seeded Nuggets at 5-4, 5th seeded Grizzlies at 5-4, the 4th seeded Suns at 5-3, the 3rd seeded Mavericks at 6-3, 2nd seeded Jazz at 7-3, and number 1 seed in the Western Conference, the Golden State Warriors at 8-1.
Damn,
So I
I'm not
mean,
surprised.
at least the Lakers are a playing team. I mean,
I mean, it's early. It's early, so
man. Yeah, it's still early though.
yeah.
So before we start going into everything, you want to go into the Bucks first, or and
You can
then
go a short Buck. I mean, Buck's not gonna be that long,
yeah,
but I find it's just interesting because just like they're 4-6, the champions, and of course we all know, but they're not really getting like as much hate as the Lakers when it comes to how bad the record is.
yeah,
But I mean, like, yeah, they're missing players, but they still got like some of their best. They still got Giannis, and I believe Chris Mills is also still playing in those games. So, to me, it's like concerning, but it's not too. It's early. Like
yeah,
my point is like it's early, so like you're not really worried. But I think they really do. They got some things to figure out. With no their best players right now because they're losing to the Wizards, but they're just losing games that you think they would win. But
yeah,
the Wizards been playing great, but it's just like they're missing a lot of pieces. And Holiday actually came back today. Okay, I see. So Holiday, Middleton didn't play today, but so I'm just concerned with a lot of injury problems, and
yeah.
their shooting has been kind of poor for like the role players.
I mean, the Bucks, they don't really have like they have shooters, but it's nobody that you're like that's much scared of. The only person I'm truly worried about shooting the ball from that team is probably Holiday on a good night, Middleton slash Mountain, and maybe Connaughton.
Yeah. And
So
like Giannis started shooting more threes, and I remember people like hyping on his 3-point shot up in the preseason in the mid range, but he was 0-4 this game in today's game. But they played Washington, he
yeah,
was 0-4. So the whole team didn't shoot good at all. They shot bad.
and I think
So
I think Giannis is getting as much love as he's getting for just attempting the shot because of Ben Simmons. If Ben Simmons, like there was no drama about him shooting three balls, people
yeah,
will be telling Giannis, all right, stop shooting the ball, bro. Like you're
yeah,
not making nothing,
that's
dog.
another
Like,
good point. Yeah,
yeah, I
that's
think
another good
just
point.
because of the Ben Simmons stuff, I think he's just trying to shoot it just so people are saying he's at least trying to shoot the three ball, you know?
Right.
But I
Because
feel
that's a
like
good point. Because I know, like, when Dwight shot the three, and like you look at the comments when he shot the three, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, Ben Simmons should be embarrassed. Ben Simmons would never."
yeah.
But it's like you don't want Dwight shooting three.
Yeah, I feel like it's making like
Something
some
else
of
in the
these
boat.
players, it's making these non-shooters think that they at least gotta try it or they gonna get hated on. Like, because
Yeah.
some of Giannis's threes are like in transition, pulling up. Like, nigga, what are you doing? Or it's
Right.
like when the defense is trying to get set up, he just pulls because nobody's on him. I get that, but like,
Yeah.
bro, you're 6'11" and just dunk. You're Shaq. Nigga, like, chill out, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That's just Ben Simmons, bro. Fluff Ben Simmons.
He said, "Fuck this."
All right, man. Here we go. The Lakers, man. All right. First things first. I'll be trying not to be biased and say there's always the future and all that, but like, come on, it's the Lakers. But our leading scorer right now is LeBron James, who's only played 6 games this season, right?
Yeah.
And have they won a game without LeBron this year?
They won against Spurs
So they're what 1-4 without LeBron?
because
Or
they
no,
lost. They
one
lost
and
against them
three. They're 1-3
twice,
without LeBron.
and they lost. They won in three because they lost to the Blazers.
Yeah. Out of the 10 games, they lost 3 times without LeBron, and then the rest of them are with LeBron. So I mean,
The Blazers one though is hard to count. I mean, without LeBron because Davis got sick.
yeah,
He was throwing up before the game, and so he wasn't feeling good playing the game. So he got out, and that's what the team just fell apart.
man. I don't know what like the honest problem is. I think I want to say chemistry, but it's like that Blazers game just threw me for a loop, dog.
I think when I look at the problem with the Lakers, it's a mix of chemistry and not having like your other main rotational players. And I look at it, it's effort because they don't like a lot of effort, lack of effort in some games. And I think it's just Vogel. Like, because there's sometimes like people don't blame Westbrook because he gets
He's
so many
Westbrook.
haters.
Yeah, he's Westbrook.
Yeah. And he does have times where he's like, dog, what the hell are you doing? But
Yeah,
they're able to win with him. So like you can't blame just Westbrook. It's a whole team thing when they lose. Because the whole team, like the effort at times will be bad as a team. Like you see the star players who do everything, and then the role players sometimes lack of effort, like DJ especially. That nigga just be standing there. He don't get a rebound. He just sit there and watch. So he's like that. And Rondo, he's been really bad this season, in my opinion. He's looking really like regular season Rondo. But I feel like it's just Vogel too, because Vogel plays weird rotations and like he just like gives up on like the scoring players and like plays some less minutes because they piss him off on the defensive end. I'm just like, dog,
yeah.
like tee up, like because I'm like the rotation he puts sometimes I'm just like, bro, like this rotation is so bad.
Like I think
And
with Vogel being a defensive minded coach, I think that's just what we gotta live with. Vogel getting pissed off and
yeah,
subbing out Westbrook for not playing defense or something.
because
I
it's like
think.
you can't fire the coach right now because you can't fire him because the whole team's been
Oh
learning the
man,
system now.
if they fired
And then
Vogel, we would be. Oh man, bro.
I'll be lit. I'm like, well, but but it's just like for team wise, it's like a good like move to do as a team. You know what I mean? Because it's so early and like you can't like it's hard because he doesn't have like THT and he doesn't have Ariza and he doesn't have LeBron and he doesn't have none. So he has to play guys like Rondo and stuff. And it's like you're not gonna be playing those guys with none and THT. But of course, LeBron was playing.
Yeah.
And then, of course, in this game, last night's game, AD was playing because he wasn't feeling good. So it sucks because you have high expectations for the season, but then the effort's not there, and then like the chemistry is still like here and there, and so it's like I feel like, and I blame Vogel too because like he waited so long in preseason to play them. Instead of, I feel like what they should have did in the preseason was they should have played them every game. You know what I mean?
And
Because
at
they
least
didn't
put him
build
out
that
there for a
chemistry.
quarter or a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Because they're trying to build chemistry like in middle of the season, which is in beginning of the season, which is early. So it's like you get frustrated because they're 5-5, but it's like early they can turn it on real quick. But it's just like, no, I'm not trying to watch it.
It's like we have 72 games left to get it right. But then it's just like right now it's just so stressful knowing this team's potential and watching like the Blazers game. Like watching that pissed me off because we're having a party at my house and I was sitting down in the living room with my grandpa watching the game, right? So we're just chilling watching the game. And once we went down by like 15 in the first, I was done. I was like, all right, bro. I was like, it's over with. I'm over with, dog. I'm done with this.
Right.
I don't know what's like. I want to say chemistry and stuff like we were talking about. Yeah, it's chemistry and all that, but it's just them being lazy, like you said. Chemistry. Yeah. It's some role players not playing how we expected them to play.
Right.
Because I think we're forgetting that playoff Rondo is only playoff Rondo. In a regular season, he's just Rajon. He ain't Rondo. Yeah.
He ass. He not either. He ass.
Yeah, like, it is terrible. Oh man, but man, I don't know. It's stressful, man. And then I know, like for a fact, people are saying that, like, oh yeah, the Lakers can't shoot. They can't shoot because of their spacing. They're shooting 35% from three.
No,
as
they
a team.
Shoot.
Yeah, like that's not bad.
It's just when you're running a 5, when you're running, I like to hate like for example, rotation. His starting lineup to me, it hurts Westbrook and AD, right? Because when you watch when DJ's out there, not because DJ like he's bad. Like DJ, when he gets an easy lob, like he gets easy lobs. Like he's gonna score around the rim every time.
Mm-hmm.
But he's in the way because like they can't
there's no room.
Jump shots and his shooting hasn't been good, but he's been dominant in the paint. But that's why as Vogel needs to put him at the 5 instead of playing him at the 4. Because like he's been playing better at the 5, they're playing better at the 4 because he's been shooting good. And then so they got Westbrook, and he's gonna be inconsistent. So he got a knife and he shoots amazing and I shoot bad. And so you need that spacing for him so he can able to just like go to the rim and get a bucket and do more. And like that's why it frustrates me with Vogel because like you continue to play that lineup when you know it don't work. You know it's trash.
Like originally,
like you said, there's no spacing.
Originally, I like the lineup of, I like the signing of DJ and Dwight. But the way Vogel's using him is making me hate it. Because right now, he's splitting their minutes. They're playing around, like, I guess you could say they're playing around the same amount of minutes, but they're just playing it in different spurts of the game. Right. So I think one of them should be playing a lot and the other one should not be on the floor at all. Because you're like, all right, because it's like when AD sits, all right, fine, AD sits, cool, put one of them in. It makes sense to put them in. But when you're trying to play one of them with Anthony Davis, it doesn't work that way. Like, it worked a couple years ago, the championship year. That's because we had shooters. We had KCP, who was fresh before. We had Avery Bradley. We had Bron. Like, we had shooters.
And you put Bron at point guard, and he had, like, 2 shooters.
Yeah, like it works.
He shot, like, amazing from downtown. So, of course, it worked.
Yeah, but, like, I think Vogel needs to realize that this is that same team. You know, like, I feel like, in my opinion, I think we should start Melo. He uses that spark off the bench. When we get healthy, I think Melo should work to the starting lineup.
I feel like if we get healthy, Ariza should start. I mean, Bron to me should always be the starting 4.
Ariza.
I think Bron should always be the starting 4. But when Ariza comes back, now I put him at the 4 and put Bron at the 5. I mean, the 3.
Oh, 5. What type of 2K lineup you running, dog?
No, I'm up there. Bron at the 3.
Yeah.
No, Bron defense. He at the 5.
So it would be what? Westbrook, Bazemore, Bron, Ariza, and an AD.
Yeah, like a lineup like that. You know what I mean? But for now, since we don't have him, I mean, until Bron comes back, I might just put Melo in there, put Davis at the 5, put Melo as a 4, and then Bazemore and Bradley and Westbrook. And then I think you just have to like play. You might have to play Davis with like Dwight, but like off the bench. You know what I mean? Like on the bench 4.
Yeah.
But you might have to put Davis at the 4 for that reason. But you just need more like.
But then again, if you're gonna play, all right, but if you're gonna play Davis at the 4 and with another center, you need to do it with Dwight because Dwight has played with AD. He knows how to
Yeah, I
do
said
it.
the
He know,
white.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you can't put DJ out there thinking like the chemistry's about to work. That's why I thought Dwight was gonna start from the start of the year. Because Dwight has the
Yeah.
chemistry with AD playing the five. He knows what to do. He knows what AD likes to do. But instead, you put DJ out there who has to learn, which I guess is better for the long run. But like, it ain't been working,
Right.
bro. Like, it ain't been
Yeah.
working, bro.
Yeah, like DJ, he get like I like the plays he gets, and like when he gets some easy lobs, like he's good doing that. But he has a lot of negatives about him. You know, his effort, his
Yeah.
rebounding, and it get irritating to watch.
Or to be honest, I think we should talk about the possibility of Westbrook coming off the bench, just because
I know
like
it's gonna happen, but we can talk about it.
it's not gonna happen, but maybe this lineup might work with Bradley, Bazemore, Braun, AD, and Dwight or DJ. It don't even matter, one of them. If you want to go back to that, we can run it back like that, and then have Westbrook just run the bench unit with a bunch of shooters.
But I just thought the spacing will still be an issue just because the shooting hasn't been good. Like
Yeah,
I'm from AD's side, you know what I mean? Like because
yeah.
AD's been more dominant in the paint, and his shooting hasn't been really that
Oh my
efficient from the outside.
gosh, AD shooting 14% from three right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He has, but like his paint numbers look amazing because the man just dominates in the paint.
Yeah,
But
he's shooting
his
50%.
outside, his shooting sucks. His shooting sucks.
AD
He
from
hasn't
2 point
shooting
shots
good.
is 54% right now.
Yeah. So he's been dominating the paint. Like when he gets in the paint, it's easy money for him. Like teams can't guard him, and that's why I
Yeah,
think playing at the five. Because you have another five out there. Because you have another five, you got like DeAndre out there, and you got Westbrook. So you got like a Westbrook guy likes to put more in the paint, and you got DeAndre out there who's just gonna sit in the paint. And so when you try to post up, teams just like double team him. He got nowhere to go, and the space it just looks so congested watching it. And I'm just like Frank, like take this man out. He's sorry. But I don't really give him a pass for that this Portland game because Davis was throwing up and stuff. But like, damn,
or
like you could
maybe
have like,
is AD's
oh
like
my god,
starting to fill it out of being a center, and I think he's getting used to it. Because it looks like AD's
yeah,
having the time of his life, dunking on niggas, getting rebounds, catching lobs. Like,
yeah,
yeah, it looks like he's
yeah.
having fun
Like
playing the
the
five.
Rockets game, because the Rockets game, the both games he started at the five, and I think he started the five. No, he didn't start the five against OKC. But when he played the five, like he just like his game opens up a lot more
Yeah,
because there's like it's like a five out basically for him because now he can still shoot like teams still guard him from the downtown
you
to mid
still have to
range.
respect it because at the end of
So
the day.
yeah, because if it falls in, like damn, like we look over
Yeah,
now this man
if it goes
time.
in, it's like shit. All right, bro.
Yeah. And so when you have that lineup, like the space is just like everything just like spreads, and then lineup is just like there's so much more things you could do, and the spacing for Westbrook opens up more, and of course for LeBron, LeBron can do more of what he wants to do. Instead, we have like EJ out there just sitting the paint center, and Davis trying to post up on the other side, and just like, and then Westbrook just sitting there on the other side. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, but if you were in a situation where you had to put together a trade, which player would you want off the team that's not named DeAndre Jordan?
Well, like most fans would say Westbrook, but you can't even trade him because man making
Yeah, that
41 million.
contract.
And I just feel like, what's the point of trading him again and then trying to get new pieces? Especially
No,
when LeBron
I
not even
like Westbrook.
playing. Yeah, I like him too.
I want Westbrook on the team.
I feel like it's hard because they're not tradable contracts, but if I could, I would probably try to get another wing player,
Another wing.
another shooter. Yeah. And then maybe it's like none or THT throw in there, you know what I mean? Or like none mainly. Because he has the most, like, I think he's fifth making the most money on the team, I think.
Who? None?
Everybody else is like minimum contracts. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably.
So I guess the only person we trade is none because you can't trade nobody else.
Yeah. But
So
I just thought that question on the spot too. So if I was to do it, I would probably try to get a five, but someone that could space the floor.
right.
Someone that could gel with
Right.
AD, like how Brook Lopez does for Giannis. Someone
Right.
that could space the floor and won't make it all congested in the paint for Westbrook, AD, and Bron.
And that's why a lot of people hope like the Cavs release Kevin Love because I think if Cavs release Kevin Love, then DeAndre will probably get away. I'm not gonna lie, he probably gonna get
Yeah,
away. And then they'll probably get Caleb. Caleb, I think, will fit perfect on this team.
he would.
If he can still shoot, you know what I mean? Because like he can space the floor out and he can play him more at the five. He's big.
But
And he can play next to Davis.
the last time I heard that man Kevin Love's name, did you see that clip of him like throwing the
Throwing the ball.
ball.
Yeah, that was last season. Yeah.
Like, what was he doing?
That was so funny. Last season, because he was
Oh,
mad.
that's
I
what
guess
it
he didn't want
was.
to be there no more.
He was just
Yeah,
frustrated.
he was mad, and then he said he was zoned out. Some shit he said. He looked mad. To me, it looked like he
He
was mad.
zoned out, just threw the ball. Like,
Yeah,
and didn't he hand the ball to the other team too, or something like that?
it was the same play. And
Yeah.
he just like threw it like kind of like underhand, like he handed it to him, and then just grabbed the ball and shot a three. And then Colin Sexton was like looking up, like what's going on with you? He's looking all sad.
Yeah, man. Free Kevin Love, dog. That man LeBron and Kyrie just dipped on him and they forgot he was stuck out there.
Well, that's his fault. That man re-signed after they dipped on him. Like, imagine re-signing it. I blame him for that. I don't know why the hell he re-signed. I mean, the Cavs are winning right now, so maybe he want to be there.
Yeah, so that's why I don't. That's why I love and hate the start of the seasons.
Because it's like you overreact.
Yeah, it's
Like
just a bunch of
every
overreactions.
yeah, especially like right now, like in the middle season, it's fun. Like you see all the overreaction with the Lakers and other teams, and in the middle of the season, it's gonna get so quiet. Like nobody's gonna be talking
Yeah,
overreaction as much. But you just see
like
it a lot now because it's the start, and everybody's expectations were so high. Like people thought they were like 10-0. You know what I mean? Because I didn't expect that. I knew they'd be like in this type of range,
no,
but
I
I
knew they
thought
were
at
gonna
least
start
be
off
real
slow,
bad.
but I didn't know it was gonna be this bad.
Yeah, I thought they'd at least be the teams like OKC and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They haven't lost. The only time they lost has been OKC, and that's what just makes it like, dog, it's OKC. Like, they
man, like
barely
we
winning every
can't beat
game.
OKC. Like, what's going on?
Like they feeling themselves now.
But for the most part, though, like I think it's good though that we are making this video when we're 10 games in
Right.
because we're like at like the kind of like not midpoint, but like the midpoint of the start of the season. So I think
Right.
after another 10 games, we'll see how they're doing. But as of right now, after this first 10, 5-5 is not where I expected them.
No,
I
and
knew they
I
were going to
think
be rusty. I was thinking
right,
like 10 games in, I'm thinking 6-4, 7-3.
right.
And 7-3 being like bad losses though. Like them getting blown out a couple times.
Yeah, like exactly. Like again, like I thought 7-3 with like the Warriors, Suns,
Yeah, I'm thinking the
Blazers.
Warriors. Yeah, I'm thinking
Not
the Warriors and
OKC
Suns
twice.
come out whoop our ass. Yeah, but
It's OKC twice, up by
Shea
like double
Gilgeous.
digits. You know, so I mean, like I feel like a lot of people are panicking and stuff, but I feel like it's nothing to panic about. Like I'm not panicking.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know
not
what I mean? Like it's like it's five. It's they're 5-5. So it's not like they're like 0-10. Oh,
man. Like if the
bad.
playoff starts today, we're playing team, we're running through the play. I hope.
Yeah. No, we would. I think. I mean,
Yeah, I
LeBron
hope.
definitely play. LeBron the team. As long as LeBron's healthy, everything should be okay. As long as he's healthy, and AD, as long as AD and LeBron are healthy, everything should be okay. But
Like
one of them gone, I don't know what's going to happen.
it is worst comes to worst. Like what do you think this team's like their floor is? Like what's the worst possible situation
The worst
this team? Yeah,
playing.
what's the play-in?
I would say. Actually, I'm gonna say 60. I think I'm gonna say 60. Not playing.
60?
I think 60 is like the worst thing that cabinet's team. I think 60.
But all right, so if they do end up with the 60, being realistic, the way it looks right now, I feel like with the 60, I know Portland's probably gonna end up winning some more games moving up. At that, I feel like they end up playing a team like the Kings, maybe. No, because the team might get a five. So it'll probably be a 7-game series with Ja or the Nuggets. Maybe the Clippers, they start moving up.
Right.
Man.
So do you think why did they win this series?
Against the Clippers?
Yeah, I mean, I think as long as the team is healthy, like if LeBron and AD are healthy, then I know they will more likely beat most teams in front of them. You know what I mean? Because as long as because they're the main backbone of the team, if one of them are gone, then I don't know. You know what I mean? To me, that's like a second rounder. Because like AD and Brown are like the main things of the team. Like you just want them to be healthy. Like Westbrook, he like adds to it, but you know that you need Brown, you need Davis, because like those guys are like the main carriers of the team. You know, LeBron leads the team in scoring.
Yeah,
I think
LeBron.
AD's second to that. So
Yeah,
you know you
LeBron
need them
25 with
two.
AD at 23.
Yeah. So you need
Melo's
them
averaging
two.
16 and a half.
Yeah.
Melo
Those are
getting his
ballers.
bag, man. What is he shooting from three? I won't be surprised
On
if
the
it's
road.
like
You don't want to see the road. 63%
oh
at
yeah.
home, 8% on the road.
Yeah. 50,
No, he's from
49%.
8% on the road.
Who?
Melo.
Damn.
I saw the graphic. I watched the game today, and I saw the graphic. It's 63% at home, 8% on the road.
Oh man. Westbrook averaging 5 turnovers. LeBron averages 4.
Hey, Brown played what, 6 games? You say he missed 4, right?
LeBron? Yeah, he missed 4 out of the 10.
He ain't played so damn more.
He's played 6 and averaged 25, 5.5, and 7. Those are some MVP type numbers, man.
Brown?
Yeah, crown him.
But it's just because, they're not going to give it to him because he only played like 6 games.
Has LeBron lost this year? He only lost one time. Yeah, he only lost once. No, he lost once. Because he played 6
He didn't
games.
play. But then he played against, I think you're right, huh? I thought he played against the Suns.
Because we have 5 wins. He only lost 6.
No, he lost twice.
Who did he play
He lost
to?
twice.
The Suns?
We lost against the Suns, yeah.
So look, LeBron's 4-2 this year.
I think so.
There you go. See? Look, LeBron, see? There you go. That's the problem right there. And LeBron is 4-2 and the team is 5-5. That is the problem.
Every time he leaves, like every time he's not playing, the team just struggles. Like it's how it is. Every team he on. But he said he have like a week, so he should be back.
He's not. Is he playing tomorrow night?
More likely not. I think I saw something he's questionable. I believe I saw something questionable.
Yeah, whenever we play the Hornets, LaMelo Ball always start doing some flick shit, bro. Whenever we play the Hornets, LaMelo starts showing off.
Especially if it's in LA, he'll be at home.
Yeah, it's in LA.
Yeah, he definitely gonna be trying hardest. He gonna try.
Yeah, like
score as much as he can.
Man, I ain't trying to go through. We got our next 5 games. So we got the Hornets, Heat, Timberwolves, Spurs, Bulls. What do you think our record is?
Right.
Or starting off, Hornets versus Lakers. Who picks that game up? Coming off a blowout loss. Coming off 15-point L.
I'm gonna say it's hard because it's only. I'm gonna say if AD plays, it's gonna be a win. That's what I'm gonna say. If AD plays, because I'm not sure how his stomach is feeling. So if AD plays, it's gonna be a win.
How his stomach is feeling. That nigga better suck it up.
Yeah, that nigga throwing up all over the court. I can't see that.
Oh man, all right. Heat versus Lakers. Honestly, I think we take it L.
Yeah, we'll lose that game.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lose that game. They gonna be motivated to play us because we played on the finals.
Look, I think we lose to the Heat and everyone overreacts.
They will.
I think the Heat, for a while, I think is like probably the biggest game this year that we played like so far. Like, the Warriors game was good, but it was the first game. The Suns game was the second game. The Grizzlies game was a big one, but it was still the third game. Now we're like in rhythm. So I think this is the biggest test so far, this Heat game. So we'll see how that turns out. The Timberwolves, D'Lo about to give us a 30-piece, bro. Is D'Lo playing?
I'm not sure. I think we'll win because they've been losing. They've been struggling offensively, I believe, and defensively. I think we'll beat the Timberwolves. I think if LeBron come back, then we'll definitely win. If LeBron is back.
And then the Spurs Sunday night or Sunday afternoon.
We'll win that game. That's for sure.
It's crazy. Then after that, we got Milwaukee. So we got look.
That's hard. I don't know. Milwaukee's interesting too because that's a toss up. 50-50. We both suck. So it's a 50-50.
Yeah. And then the Celtics will probably be our last toughest team for the next.
That's gonna be a fun one.
Couple games.
With Dennis, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah. And after we play the Celtics, we got Pistons, Knicks, Pacers, Kings, Pistons. We should go in
a lot of winnable games.
We should have went just to I think the ideal situation for this is to make a statement or just let everybody know we're still the Lakers. We're still gonna beat these worst teams. Blow out all these teams, come out, and then we got the Clippers after that round.
That should be a win too. I think it's just like you said, depends who comes back. So hopefully Bron comes back this week or next week.
Mm-hmm.
Get Bron back this week or next week. And then I think in the next 2 weeks we should have THT and Nunn back, which is great. So I don't got to play anymore. So brother was like, "I played him up." I'm so sick of I'm tired of seeing him around no Western lineup. I see the damn lineup again, bro. I'm gonna cry.
Oh man. All right, man. So we kind of like touched every base about the Lakers. Anything we're missing about the Los Angeles Lakers?
I think one thing, Sekou looking pretty good though.
Oh yeah,
That's one
Sekou,
thing.
yeah.
One positive. You want to talk positive? Sekou, he like 4 for 4. He looked pretty good. He needs some minutes. But other than that,
Sekou was a good pickup though. So, I like that.
yeah, I like him because he's 20, and then like he had like I think he played 30 in the NBA, I believe. His third, the second. Second 2 year
I think it's
experience.
like his third or second.
It says here it's 2 years. He was drafted in 2019, so I think it is his third. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I like Sekou like a couple years from now though, when LeBron's out
Yeah,
the league and all
lottery
that.
pick. And I think if he continues to grow, and then like you can put him in the G League too. The funny thing is, G League, low key though. This is like random. I'm not even about the NBA, but that boy McClung looking nice in the G League.
Like McClung.
Yeah, you're like 24 points.
McClung's been looking nice for a while though.
Yeah, but the G League he just looked nasty. Like he was doing like everything.
I wish we would have signed McClung. Oh man.
No, I feel like G League's better for him because like he gets more chance to like grow and develop.
Yeah, he gets to grow, but like imagine seeing McClung catching a lot from Bron.
I can see him being a Laker one day. Like I can see him like if he continues to prove in the G League, he definitely will be on the team eventually. Maybe next year.
And what I don't get is how do Laker fans come up with these nicknames?
Oh, Mackie Reeves.
Yeah, like how do they think of these nicknames? Like
I don't know. I just seen it on Twitter. And it was because it was in the summer league, and then Reese hit a game winner, and it was hugging and holding each other like it was. These people compared to like Pippen and Jordan. And he was like saying Mackie Reeves. I don't know who came up with that. They thought it's a mac and cheese. Mackie Reeves.
Mac and Reeves, the Caruso. What would Mac McClung's nickname be?
I don't know. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, he got a weird name. The nigga last name is McClung. Come on now.
McClung. Caruso 2.0. Caruso 3.0.
Man. Yeah, I think we're to the point where we're at the point where we're just past basketball right now. Did you hear about what happened at the Travis Scott concert or the festival?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Man, my prayers go out to the families though. That was.
I didn't even know that happened. Clea told me. And I was like, damn.
Yeah, so they said that for most of y'all that don't know. So I think it was like a couple days ago, the Travis Scott concert. It was a festival Friday. So it was Travis Scott was at a festival performing with a lot of people there, sold out crowd, and there was someone walking through the crowd injecting people with fentanyl. I think it was something like that. What? Some type of drug. I think it was fentanyl, something like that. And they were just making people either OD, pass out, or like die. They said a lot of people were injured. It was a lot of people injured from it.
They got trampled, I believe. They were getting trampled.
Yeah, there's a lot of people injured, and there was like 8 people confirmed deceased. So
8 people, and then 100 people like I saw something. 100 people like cardiac arrest.
Yeah, and then the worst part about it is this man Travis is still performing while he's like, bro.
Yeah, and it's like, how do you sit there? You see him like because he's like on this high pedestal, right? He's like on this high platform.
Yeah.
Like, how do you like watch people just like getting trampled on? You just sitting there like still performing. Like,
there was a clip where someone passed out, and he was like, "Hey, don't touch him, don't surround him, give him some room." And this nigga went back to singing like everything was fine. Like, bro, he was like, "Hey, don't touch him." And then all of a sudden he starts singing "Sicko Mode." Like, bro, what's up with you? Like,
it's so sad. Like, how do you sit there and do that? And then, like, you know what I mean? Like, you continue to perform, and then somebody passing out, and then, like, people are, like, dying, and, like, people were screaming at him. I saw some, like, people were, like, screaming at him and stuff. And was telling him, like, to stop the concert. And then he was continuing to keep going.
Man, bro, like, stop the concert, dog. Like, what's wrong with you?
It's such a bad look on him.
Yeah.
And his apology looked kind of fake. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like,
it looked like he just put it out there because he had to.
Yeah, you know, for his image, you know.
Yeah, he had to put it out there.
I'm just like, this is so bad. Like,
Man,
oh, it was so bad.
and while we talking about other dramas going on in the world, most of y'all don't know. I'm a Raider fan. Oh
They lost
Lord,
today, didn't they?
yeah, they lost today. I expected them to lose today, though. I'm not surprised by that. We played a bad team. That's what we should have beat, but I expect us to lose because of what's going on. Have you heard what's going on, Khalil? The Lakers?
Oh, the Raiders coach, right?
Nah, it's something else, bro.
Oh, I know the player.
Yeah, with him and Ruggs.
DUI.
Yeah, so he ended up his charges are gonna be a DUI resulting in death. It's gonna be speeding. It's gonna be a DUI resulting in death, speeding, having a loaded gun.
He had a gun?
Yeah, he had a loaded gun in the car. And then there's one more, something else. I forgot what it was. So he's facing, I think it was up to 50 years in prison right now.
50 years?
Yes. I think at first it was 2 to 20, and now it's up to 50.
Damn.
And mind you that the kid's only like 22.
I know my dad said he was the receiver. Like,
Yeah, he was the
right?
best receiver. He was one of the best receivers on the team. He was starting to break out and be the best receiver on the team. It's like, for example, like if Ja did something like that. That's a perfect example.
Right.
It was like if Ja
I remember
Morant.
seeing a highlight clip of him last year.
Yeah, like if Ja Morant goes out and does something like that and just ruins his career.
Right.
Knock on wood for Ja, but
yeah, you know what happened to him.
yeah, but like, bro. So yeah, man, it's been a rough world.
Don't drink and drive. Don't drink and drive.
Man, just don't drink and drive. Please don't drink and drive. Like your life can change in a second.
Facts. Someone else's life too.
Yeah, like he just went from being on top of the world, breaking out, to now being about to be in jail for the rest of his, or at least half of his life.
That's crazy. 50 years. That's wild. And it's been what, happened last week, right?
I think so.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, I believe it was last
coach, I forgot about that. I remember the coach and he's like racist stuff he was saying.
Man. And then
what happens to the Rams when they start winning though?
Man, no, to make it worse, a couple days after, there was a player, right? Another Raiders player who a girl is trying to sue him for a hit and run that happened a year ago.
Bruh.
And then the same player was drunk and went on Instagram Live with a gun saying he wanted to kill the old Raiders coach. Like, why do these players decide to go crazy when we are winning games? I'm dead serious, bro. He went on live with a gun saying he wants to shoot and kill John Gruden.
Oh no, that's crazy.
Like, bro,
the fact that they're winning, they're like 5-3 right now, and now they all
we were 5-2 before today.
yeah, 5-2. Yeah, now you 5-3.
Like,
oh my
bro.
God, that's actually really messy. I'd be so mad.
Like, it don't even make sense right now. Like, what the hell?
They probably win. I got so happy.
Man. And then the Raiders, they signed another speedster, another fast player to come out and replace Henry Ruggs. But, like, man.
You about the same?
And it's stressful. It's stressful being a Raiders and Laker fan.
Yeah, man. You Raiders and Lakers fan. So I know you going through it, bro.
Man, like,
pain, right now with the Raiders. Because more of it's like on the media side. And,
why couldn't I grow up in in Boston or something? So I could be a Patriots and a Celtics fan. Nah, fuck the Celtics. Why I grow up in
Celtics?
Why did I grow up in Miami?
You saw Luka this one?
No, I didn't see. I heard about it, but I heard the Celtics got washed.
They hit like a step back three, bro. You gotta watch it. He hit like a step back three. It was a contested, so it was super contested too.
To win the game?
Man, swish. He had to win the game. And the Celtics just looked so depressed.
I saw the clips of it, but I didn't watch it. Did you see Did you see what's his name? Embiid about to sock Lonzo?
Yeah. I saw that. When you swung it, he like swung his hand like you like hit him. Did he hit him?
Yeah. Nah, he didn't hit him. Lonzo moved out the way all the time.
Oh, I saw that. That was funny. And he got tech, I think.
Man, now since we're like, I guess as we're at this point, I think I'm gonna start trying to. Once we get more like better at this podcast stuff, I'm gonna figure out how to edit the clips we're talking about into the videos,
Right.
so y'all can see what we're talking about.
Oh yeah. I think you can just screenshot on Zoom.
I could. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. What was the first clip we were talking about? I'm gonna pull it up.
The Luka clip?
Let me see.
It's probably like a Luka game winner.
Bro, like 20 of them about to pop up. You know, the game winners, Luka than him.
I know. I mean, it's right here. I looked it up. It's like the top thing.
Hey man, if you listening at this part in the podcast, you in for a treat. You're in for a treat.
Yeah.
You are in for a treat, man.
And then y'all listening to the podcast.
Yeah, this is why you listen to the whole thing. You never know what can happen. You never know what can happen. Let me see.
Learned it. We learned it. You find it?
You can see it.
Are you sharing your screen?
Oh, let me see. Do you see it now?
For me, it's loading. I see it now.
All right. You watching it?
Yeah.
All right.
It's kind of lagging. It's gonna lag.
I mean, it's great. It's screen share, dog. It's the best. We gonna get, man.
So I mean, we'll see it. We'll see on the. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can see it. Nice.
Yeah.
What's that man? Dribble size him up. Right to that deep corner. Right.
Bam.
Bang. Bang. That was so nice.
That boy Luka.
That was so nice.
He'll win the game.
Yeah, right over him too. That was so clean.
Let's go back.
Like the way like his the shot like was in the air for like a long ass time.
Yeah, he shot it over Smart. No, he didn't. He shot it. Who is that? Richardson? Who is that?
It was Richardson, I believe.
Over Richardson. Oh yeah, over Richardson. Dang.
He has not been shooting good. For him to hit that, crazy. Or from downtown, let me say that, man. He hasn't been shooting good for downtown.
That's crazy.
That's just Luka magic.
That Luka magic, baby.
He's so clean, bro.
Man. But you got anything you want to add?
I don't think so, man. I mean, I guess, you will go on some other platforms soon. So.
Oh, yeah. So I figured out the schedule on how we're going to do it on the other platforms. So the first drop is going to be on YouTube. Right. So we're going to release the first episode. If you want to see it first, you watch it on YouTube. And then we're going to release it we're going to release it on other platforms a week later, if that makes sense. Right. So it's like we dropped, the episode from yesterday? I mean, last Monday. We're probably going to release that same episode on different, what is it called? On different platforms this Monday. Right. But then this one y'all listening to will be on Monday too. So 2 episodes are going to be going out, but one's going to be an old one, one's going to be the new one, if that makes sense. The new one.
Yeah, so you'll be able to listen in, because on YouTube you have to stay on your phone and stuff. So you'll actually use a actual podcasting platform and then listen to our podcast or close your phone and stuff like that. So y'all can do what y'all want to do, you know what I mean? Because YouTube you gotta keep it open and stuff. So you post the first episode this week? Episode this week? This Monday?
Yeah, I'll send you the stuff for it after we do the outro and all that stuff. Oh, and if you did make it this far, real shit, text me. I will send you some money. I keep saying this until somebody text me. I don't know how much, but I will send you some money. Not yet. I'm gonna get a message halfway through the week talking about where my money at.
I want some money.
I'm like, whoa, what you talking about?
If you watch this long, put in the comments, where my money at?
I'm like, what you talking about, bro? What you talking about?
What money?
Man. Hey, and if you text me like a month from now talking about where my money at, nah, bro, you late.
Yeah,
Like, you got the money is up for grabs until the next episode goes up.
So you got like a week. You got
Yeah,
a week
you
to
got
listen
one
to it.
solid week.
So you put in the comments. So you better text one
Man,
of
do
us.
something. Man, yeah, do something. Yeah, I'll shoot you on some money, man.
Ain't no money yet.
That's how we gonna start. That's how we gonna start every episode. One money yet. Hey,
No money
one
yet.
money yet. One money yet.
The new man. Shut up and dribble. Where my money
Man, shut up. Where my money yet?
at?
Oh man, it's been real, y'all. We gonna end this episode a little bit earlier than normal.
It's been fun.
Yeah, man, it's been real.
All right.
The Lakers should bounce back.
Right. Lakers in 5 all day.
Man, Lakers in 5-5.
Lakers 5-5. Lakers in 5.
Y'all all right.
You all right, y'all. Keep shut up and dribble.
Shut up, Drew.